I'm back. We are back in for Rise of the Ordning. I missed you guys. I hope you guys had a good couple weeks off. For those who are listening later on YouTube, it was a holiday week, and so we had a few missed sessions and some scheduling mishaps, but we are back and we are getting rolling on a brand new arc, which I am so excited for. So with that being said, we are going to jump on in things pretty quickly. You guys know the drill by now. If you're with us live in chat, hello, we love you. Make sure to grab your bingo card. If you're with us on YouTube, hello, we love you.
And snacks.
Also grab your bingo card and snacks, I guess. Kamori demands snacks. So, with that being said... I demand
snacks for others, not just me.
That's fair. With that being said, on Twitch, if you need to dip for whatever reason, this session will be up on Saturday on YouTube. And if you're with us on YouTube and you just finished this session or are just starting this session with the intention to watch it, come hang out with us live Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. Alrighty, we're gonna get rolling here. So, last we left off, our heroes left Kalterm having failed to apprehend those who stole the spirit from Majira's forge. They ventured back out into the northern mountains of Ilumelan, beginning to climb the forge peaks. Several days of travel led them to the Great Worm Cavern, where they were met with some resistance from the Uthgar barbarian tribe. Fortunately, a well-placed fireball and some intimidating attacks led them to surrender shortly, asking that the interlopers don't attack their children and elderly. The group agreed and ventured deeper into the cave, past the frozen crevices holding the tribe's dead. Tazira and Nyx landed at the altar first and were contacted by a voice in their heads, questioning their intention. After determining they were noble, the creature asked them to kill the chief of the tribe, who was leading the tribe to evil. Tazira learned that he was off in the spine of the world pursuing a concubine who escaped him. And you also caught up the rest of the group who could not hear the creature's voice up on the deal, and that you had agreed to it. The creature then emerged, revealing themselves to be a Colotl, a majestic winged snake celestial, who blessed all of you with a mark. The Colotl also told Tazira that Ravasi possessed an egg of goodness surrounded by a sea of melisma, and that something else holds his soul. She warned the group of something lurking beneath the ice, and with an amazing strength check, you managed to procure the final giant artifact, a huge shield that had been used as a gong, without waking what lied below the depths. The group then continued their trek to the spine of the world and used Skyrite to try to contact the frost giant that Tazira had seen in her dreams and Cloggy Mater told you about. I did not write her name down, so the fact that I rattled that off first try is phenomenal. Please give me snaps. Thank you. After several days, you came to a clearing on a mountain cliff and met Harshnag, the legendary frost giant with a one-horned helmet, who fights for the small folk. The group caught him up on their fate-crossed adventures and shared his camp for the evening. There, Tazira pulled Ravasi aside to talk to him about the information passed to her from the Colotl and some dreams that she has had. Reaching out, she had a vision of his heart, tied, silent. Ravasi managed to resist his patron and gave Tazira a bit more information before succumbing to a reverberation and retaliation, which fortunately, Tazira managed to save him from potential death with a nat 20 portent roll for the day. The group retired for the evening under the constellation of the Star Weaver, despite it being in the wrong month. And you wake in the morning. A fresh blanket of snow over the shelter that Harshnag had built, the sun barely risen. The giant frost giant begins to rise, snow sloughing off him as he stokes the fire to bring back the warmth. Ravasi, you wake with an incredibly sore throat.
Great. Awesome.
Tazira absolutely has tea ready. She's been prestidigitating it warm for the past 30 minutes waiting.
Ye old coffee mug heater.
By the way, he's an elf, so he just trances for 4 hours. But I imagine he did take a very long time to get to his trance. He signs thank you.
Tazira will nod.
Tazira, I just want to make sure you 110% know sign language if you do not have that on your character sheet already.
Oh, baller. I will actually
That's
add
great, because that's like one of the things I chose for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if I told you that, but it's one of the main languages spoke where you have been interacting with for a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that case, I will just sign back with don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. He looks actually very pleased you know sign language. And then kind of gives you a look of like, we're not, like, and just like shakes his head and looks at the other two and just shakes his head again.
Komori is literally like doing big stretches and everything, just be like, oh, I absolutely needed that rest. Let me tell you something. And just look over to Ravasi and just go, fuck happened to you? You look like shit.
He just flips you off.
Damn.
A man can't sleep poorly? And I will look back to Ravasi.
He doesn't sleep.
A man can't trance poorly?
There you go.
I don't think that's possible. Is it?
I'm just gonna like point at you like you got that right. If you need me to roll a deception check, DM, I am absolutely trying to deceive Komori.
What's really funny is Nick saw something happen. Nick's witnessed it and chose not to interact. So honestly, what this is a party deception check against Komori.
You know what? I'm a kind player. Go ahead, you can have it.
So what? Do I get this with advantage? It's funny.
Honestly, what I would do is I would just have you all roll and see if Komori saw through. But if Komori's just giving it to you,
I mean, you know what? I don't know. Let's roll.
26.
There's no way my insight is that good.
Next one to try. Oh my god.
No, I think Nyx wholly does not care about this at all. So she doesn't care.
I mean, all she really cared about was the trance verbiage. So, okay, Komori, cool. Ravasi just looks like something happened, or that he tranced like shit.
He just looks like shit. And is signing at you instead of talking.
Harshnag.
I'm gonna sign back. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm gonna
Just
look
to
at
get
you
dick.
like, how the fuck do you know that?
I thought everyone knew.
I'll
Welcome
sign
to the
back.
party. Half the party recognizing that they all took the same language.
No, I didn't take sign language. I'm fucking with you.
Oh.
It's like,
I
it's
thought
like
that was an actual given for a hot second. That's why I was like, what?
No, he knows sign language.
No,
I
actually,
imagine this is...
here's your lore drop, guys. The Church of Simona, the people who worship Lady Simona sometimes join her in her, vow to not speak. So a lot of the people who worship her or who interact with her or who have lived for a time in Simona City pick up sign language, or some sort of telepathic abilities. So it is very, very common for quite a few people in this realm to know sign language.
I imagine he's picked up like the bathroom. She's picked up like bathroom, hi, bye.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't speak sign language. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rude. Specifically, I don't speak sign language. Or I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because it really confuses people, and it's funny.
Anyway, Harshnag kind of has begun to, he's heating up a pot of the stew from the previous evening and kind of is handing out portions to warm you, and leans over a little bit. We are at the Valley of Canadron. It's about a 2-day travel into the spine of the world to reach the eye. It will be incredibly cold and likely dangerous. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes. Is there anything else that you know about the Oracle that we should know before we go in?
I have been to the temple but once. And it was many years ago. I have not spoken to the Oracle before. All I know is that it is typically the Jarls who speak to the Oracle. But the fact that I have heard that none of them have yet.
Got it. Well, I mean, I guess it would make sense if they're not speaking to him, considering they're trying to make a whole new ordning.
Correct. Well, shall we?
I'll look to the rest of the party.
Yeah, might as well.
Ravasian, just like the worst voice ever, just kind of like, well, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh God.
Kamori literally makes a stink face, just like,
Yeah,
I
that's
will
what
pay
it
you
sounds
not
like.
I will pay you not to speak.
He looks at you, contemplates, and then keeps going. In just that like super terrible scratchy voice. Well, I've already met one oracle. Why not two?
Oh, what other Oracle did you meet?
He's just gonna stare at you.
Oh. Oh, you think I'm Oracle material?
He's gonna give you the look of like, don't push your luck.
That's fair and valid.
All right.
Does
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's
No,
just desireless. Only touched.
Aw. So with that, you pack up your stuff. You do have cold weather gear as well as snowshoes, which I'm going to tell you now saves you up here. If you had not exchanged, well, you didn't exchange. They gifted you some cold weather gear back in Fireshear for the assistance you gave them. You would be making Constitution saving throws every hour up here.
Oh,
It is
yikes.
below.
Who wants to do that?
It is below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius for our non-Fahrenheit users. So
Wait, how much was it?
0. So like literally we're in the tens to negatives.
-32?
Negative 32, because it's 9/5 times Fahrenheit plus 32.
I'm not
Or,
doing math right now.
if you want short math, times by 2, divide by 2. If you're going from Fahrenheit to Celsius, it's divide by 2, add. No. Fuck, you guys are screwing with me now.
That's too many fucking numbers. Apologize.
Too late for
Go
this
for
many numbers.
It's minus 30 divide by 2. Thank
Okay.
you. That's like that's the quick and dirty. You're gonna get off by a couple degrees, but like, let's be honest, no one cares unless you're in the science world if you're off by 2
Oh,
degrees.
I'll get off by a couple degrees, all right.
Oh my God. Anyway.
I'm not sorry.
Anyway, so you are not having to make Constitution saves up here. You will not be gathering exhaustion, but it is cold. It is absolutely cold. You are wrapped up fully. You have thick gloves and you are wrapping like cloth around your face. Lucky for you, you are in a valley, so you don't have to deal with the freezing winds threatening to blow you over. And if you are dying at any point, Harshnag will offer to carry you.
Thank you, Harshnag.
We love Harshnag.
So,
Hell yeah.
you continue. It's going to be roughly about a 2-day travel. And during the first day, as you continue to walk through the valley, it begins to climb up on either side of you. And it's relatively a thin valley for what it is. It's maybe at some places about like 100 feet across, and maybe at others it's like down to 30, which is a tighter squeeze for Harshnag, who is rather big. Is there any conversation that you wish to have, or any questions that you wish to ask him as you go?
Nope, I'm okay.
I'm good.
Okay. After about a 3 to 4 hour trek, you are starting to dig out some like hard cheeses and stuff for a quick lunch. You begin to hear a noise down the valley. And you're looking around as you guys are on the ground, and you begin to see that some of the like trees and rocks and snow around you are shaking. It sounds like something is coming.
Ooh. I'm gonna send Mippet up and connect through her eyes to see if I can see what it is from further away.
Okay, easy enough. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna mage armor.
Okay. You easily mage armor. Mythic goes up. To Zyra, you begin to see as Mythic climbs the aerial view of this valley covered in snow with snow-covered evergreens. And it looks like a little bit ahead, there's a group of 3 giants. 3 frost giants specifically. You can easily recognize them. And it looks like they're coming straight towards you.
3 frost giants heading directly in our direction. Any pointers, Harshnag? And I will come back to my own eyes.
He kind of looks down at you. I doubt we can intimidate frost giants. Fight. They fight to the death.
Okay.
So I think we are in for a fight, especially considering I am with you, but I would have fought them myself too.
Cool. I'm going to try and hide in the tree line somewhere if I can.
Okay, with that being said, I'm going to drop you on the map so that you have a second to kind of look around. You see, or you don't necessarily see them coming, but you can kind of hear what's happening. And so I am comfortable with you guys getting a map view. You are...
Fun map.
Thank you. You guys are down on the bottom part here.
Beautiful. I'm slapping myself in a tree. Get in a tree.
Goblin.
Listen, we love not being easily viewable to huge giants who hit very hard.
Did I
Oh
leave
no,
a Harshnag
Ross is currently
token?
behind this mound.
I don't know that I'm... Oh, I did make a Harshnag token. Look at me, I'm so smart. It's
How
not...
big is it?
He's not big enough, but he
Okay.
is... And nor does he have his information in. I half made a Harshnag token. We stand a half prepared DM. I'm prepared with everything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, the main thing of DMing is basically knowing how to improv. That's how people gain improv skills.
Yep.
Yep. What murder?
Okay, with that being said, there's no kind of escaping things.
I love the implication that we're all hiding and Harshnag's just like,
Yep.
I'm ready. My body is ready.
He kind of like nods at all of you as you begin to kind of duck behind things and begin to hide. And he goes, go. They will likely have words with me, but we will likely have to fight our way past. And he takes a couple steps forward to greet the giants and calls out to them, hail. And they kind of glare at him, and he goes, any information from the Allfather? And they begin to growl, and it seems, and one of them, Nyx, you pick up on this because you're the only one who can, like, fully speak giant. Oh, wait, you can now too, Ravasi.
Only if I have comprehend languages.
Oh, I thought you, like, took it for a level up or something.
I have giant.
Oh, maybe you took it. I don't know. But one of them says, your reputation precedes you, giant killer. And they begin to heft their axes. And I would love for everybody to roll initiative. If you would have liked to hide, I would love for everybody to also roll a stealth check if you had chosen to hide, because that would give you a surprise round, because we're playing with 2014 rules, boy.
Nice.
Why it's rolling twice for me?
Oh
My
yes,
stealth
that is a big no for me. However, I do have advantage on stealth checks. Not stealth, initiative. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
My stealth was a little better than my initiative.
With that being said, oh, poor Harshnag rolled a 0.
Oh no.
With that being said, anybody whose stealth was over 13, will get a, surprise round. There we go. I totally
It's
blanked.
just me.
It's just you? Aw, nice.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
Way to go.
Wait, guys, this is perfect though.
Ooh.
Okay, so as they begin to charge forward, hefting their axes, Ravasi, you think that they do not see you, as one of them calls out, and points over to the side where Komori and Tazira are, and just yells out, "Small folk," in Giant, but it is your turn. I wonder what you would like to do.
Gee, I wonder... maybe I'll Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just go out and beg for my life. Who knows? No, I'm fireballing.
Okay, I am rolling for spells like this, since they are such large creatures. I'm going to roll separately for saving throws for them. Usually when I mass giants together, I don't, but they do still all fail.
I rolled like poopy doo-doo though.
Okay. So...
Yeah, no, I imagine this straight up as just he's hid behind, and then and kind of I think it's because he's so fucking pale, he blends really well with the surroundings. And you see him just keep continuously sparking fire, looking at you guys. And when he's like, "Your reputation precedes you," Ravasi's like, "Oh, this is when shit goes down," and just pops his hand out, not even looking, and just.
Yep, as an explosion of fire happens, you see that some of the areas around begin to shake, and snow begins to fall down on top of them as they burn for a bit, and some of them notice you now, Ravasi, and they growl. We are now at the end of... Is there any bonus action you would like to do?
I would like to Bardic Nyx. He's gonna sign at her. I don't think she knows this sign, but he's just going to sign. Fuck. I had a thought, now it's gone. Oh no, all my brain cells have been used. He's gonna sign a lyric, from some sort of raunchy song at her. And she is now bardicked.
Okay, you are now bardicked next. What would you like to do?
It keeps working, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I will cast Enemies Abound on the one in the back.
Okay, that's a wisdom saving throw?
Intelligence.
Oh, that's why it keeps working. That's a 12.
It does not make it.
Okay, this one is now under your spell, so I will put a little purple dot on it. And will you display Enemies Abound once for the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. It now cannot tell. And you're so good at positioning it too. It's always amazing. Okay. That is your action. Is there anything else you would like to do? As you see this one, his eyes flash purple, and you see a kind of chain wrap around his head for a moment before it disappears.
No, that is all Nyx will do.
Are you maintaining your distance?
Yes, behind this dune.
Okay. It is giant turns. These ones are going to move forward. Why is it not working? It's fine.
they both move forward?
They're going to essentially move forward as a group. So what I was going to do is, like, these guys don't know that this one's enemy is abounded and are taking off towards Harshnag, and he's going to chase them.
Okay, because they do provoke attack of opportunities from it.
That is a good point. I will allow that. So with that being said, boop. That is a 12. They miss, but they now know that this giant is attacking them as they all run forward. So, I'm gonna go for the 2 giants at Harshnag. Oh no, one of those is a crit.
I'm gonna replace that with a 4.
That is great because that was a ton of damage. So the first one swings at him, the one down to the south kind of swings at him, managing to slash into Harshnag for a bit of damage, but Harshnag catches it on his axe. And as he does, Zari, you see the other one going to get an absolutely hefty axe to the side, and you just pass it off, and both of his attacks hit as your magic protects him for a brief moment. Mr. Frost Giant in the back is going to go at the other guy, because that is the one there, and he crits on him. So, but no protection there, so that's quite a bit of damage to him. 44 plus 14 is 58. Nice job, Shorty. Okay. As the other one turns back and growls at him, "What are you doing?" and sees the magic. He's not smart enough to draw a connection to who is casting magic. So, Komori, what would you like to do?
Oh boy, you know what time it is. It's time to rage.
Nice.
I am gonna do it while I'm gonna move and jump. I want to jump on this guy in rage and basically bring my claws out to shred down him.
Yes. You are fighting things that are like 40 feet tall, so valid.
Exactly. Yeah, so and it's all in flavor. I just want to use my attack to just rake down him as he's like distracted by the one in the back.
Absolutely, go for it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. Yep. And as a casual reminder, since I got the claws, oh wait, hold on. Yep, I technically get 3 hits to do
Okay.
when I take the attack action. So, let's count. 1,
Misses.
2,
Also misses.
3.
Also misses. So
Are you
what
kidding me?
happens is you jump and you find purchase, but these creatures are wearing half plate, and so you manage to catch on, and you're sliding down, and your claws are sparking off into the snow as you
I'm giving him a nice scratch on his
all
back.
the way down. And you manage to like catch a bit of skin at the bottom, but it doesn't do enough damage to even concern this creature. You are now here.
And,
Anything else? Any movement? Are you staying there?
I am gonna move back a little bit, if only just to be like, I don't know if that's a hill down here or something.
You will get attack of opportunity if you move back, considering you are on top of the giant.
I would say, is this like a little like valley here? Or?
It's like kind of a hill. Like you could tuck into the valley here if you want. It's like V
fair.
here.
Okay. I was just curious more. Okay, you know what? I'll stay. It's fine.
Okay. Sounds good. I
Some
mean,
some nights you run hot, some nights you run cold.
You could take an attack if you want.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Tzyra, what would you
I
like
will
to
end
do?
my turn.
Alrighty, first off, I am going to bonus action take my starry form, taking the form of the archer, and I'm going to shoot at the one closest to me. Let's see if it'll roll it. Oh no, it's physically rolling the dice. Nar. One moment. That's good.
No.
Arnar.
Oh no.
Arnar.
Guys, please. I was like, I could
It's
tell that
chaos mode.
half of the group is neurodivergent. We're all just bouncing off each other's vocal stems.
I'm mad because you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. Okay.
All right, gonna actually show it. It's not showing it. I gotta. Sorry, D&D Beyond is wigging the hell out.
How dare
When
you?
does it not?
That
You know,
is
that's actually a fair point.
26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Beautiful. One moment. Let me look at something real quick to see if I can fix this. Just real quick. So at least roll that. So that is 9 radiant damage, and then I am going to let's see. There we go. Let me disable dice rolling. And then I am going to do a 3rd level moonbeam. Right. Let's see. 5. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I will do it right here to catch these two in it. Can
Okay.
I
So it
have
will not get Mr. Enemies Abound?
It will not get Mr. Enemies about.
Okay, sounds good. What do you need?
A con save, please. DC 16.
Okay, as you can imagine, these two guys are pretty good at that, and they both succeed.
Gotcha. So half damage there.
Okay, we've round that down to 3.
Yep, and they saw me, so I am going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, just back into the hills.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you guys can go off the map if you need to. So the one closest to Komori is, like, not looking so good from taking an axe in the back, and gets lit up by a couple of radiant bursts, that don't seem to affect him as much, but still affect him. Okay, Ravasi, what would you like to do?
What would he like to do? I wonder. I'm assuming the 14 doesn't hit,
No, which one were you aiming at? Okay.
This guy.
So,
Well, I have...
as Harshnag's locked with his axe, he, like, kind of steps into the way a little bit. You've not fought with him yet, and so he doesn't quite understand what you all do. And you pull back on your Eldritch Blast as it blasts into the side of the cliff here. But then he kind of catches on to what you're doing and ducks better as you shoot off the second blast, managing to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay!
Nice. That was a beefy damage.
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to... Oh, did I
Nope.
kill him?
No, he's fine.
Cool. I am going to flash a thumbs up at Harshnag as I bardic inspo him with it.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, he's like, you actually see him grin. Like, he starts to get excited and he begins to laugh a little bit at the thrill of the battle and, like, starting to fall into a rhythm with the small folk. He's very inspired. Okay.
I'm glad.
It is now Harshnag's turn at that 0 initiative. We love it. He is going to, oh, cute. Okay. He is going to begin to hack at the one that you guys have been already doing quite a bit of damage to, and the other guy did quite a bit of damage to. So, 1... okay. So as he begins to hack into this one above, he kind of yells out and says, in Giant, both you, Komori, and you, Nyx, recognize it. The small folk don't need me to kill you. They do enough damage as their own. And just swings once. He is holding back his power very evidently as this giant begins to drop to a knee. That is his turn. Nyx, what would you...
You don't need to hold back.
Nyx, what would you like to do?
Nyx will just pop up and which one dropped to its knee?
The one next to Komori. The one that
Alright,
your guy has been wailing on.
Nyx will Eldritch Blast the one that is in the back then.
This one you have your enemies bound on.
Yeah, no reason not to. I'll just blast him.
Doesn't it give them a saving throw?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't think he'll ever make it.
Wow. Okay. Thanks.
24 and 22 to hit him.
Yep, that hits.
13, 23 damage.
What's your DC?
16.
Okay, so I have to roll a 17 or higher. Let's see, and I get 2 because you hit him twice. I did not roll a 17 or higher. Or actually, I would... Wait. Yeah, I did not roll a 17 or higher. There we go. I confused myself. It's fine. Okay, anything else, Nyx?
No, I'll just go back prone back here.
Okay. This one angered, the one that's on his knee, he's angered. He's kind of like in line with Komori, seeing what's happening back there. He just yells out, "You and your precious small folk," and he swings at you, Komori. It looks like he's trying to spite Harshnag. That is a natural 20.
I'm going to replace that with a 2.
Okay, that misses. And a 24 to hit for the second swing. Honey, you're muted.
Again, it's the free space. Anyway, yes, the 24 hits.
Okay, you take
Unfortunately.
25 slashing damage. You watch as, like, it swings down.
I'm raging, so that's 12, 13?
13. No, 12. Yes, 12.
For everyone playing along at... Oh, it's 12. Okay, for everyone playing along at home, my max HP is 69.
Nice.
Therefore, I should be immune to getting damage.
Nope, that's not how that works.
It was worth a shot.
This just means that from here on out, whenever you drop down and hit 69, you're always at the fun number.
But I can just exist at the fun number.
Anyway, as he swings down on you, Tazira manages to block one. You see a burst of the starry magic around you, but it manages to break through and slash down into you as his axe falls into the snow as he begins to heft it back up with the last bit of his strength. This guy's gonna roll a d2 to see which one he goes after.
Oh yeah, and I totally forgot. I need those 2 to make con saving throws again because they start their turn.
Oh, okay, sure. I will do that first. An 11 fails and a 19 passes. So Mr. Man is really not looking good. He is on death's door. But the other guy who passed is fine. I'm gonna roll a d4. Odds I go against top one, evens I go against the bottom one.
Oh, would he not be able to attack, like, Harshnag or Komori? Because
He can't reach them. I'm talking about this guy.
Okay.
Mr. Enemies Abound.
Oh,
So
I was very confused.
as soon as one of the giants falls, you guys would be entering into the fray.
Mhm.
But okay. Natural 1, you see he begins to pull back as he's like tripping over the falling giant, but manages to swing his axe around and kind of like go into the shin of the one in front of him. Okay, and then the healthy one is going to swing, like yells as he gets kind of hit in the shin, but is going to continue to swing at Harshnag and manages to hit once. A 19 misses Harshnag as he glances off this plate armor around him and he begins to laugh at him like one giant is nothing against 3 of you, taunting them a bit as only one manages to sink into Harshnag's flesh. Okay, Komori.
DM, I have 20 AC.
It's pretty much Harshnag against his own giant kind.
That's fair.
Okay, Komori.
Since it didn't work the first time, basically go for the ankles like old Achilles taught us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Achilles
All
was
right.
the one who had... Never mind.
That's it. That's the joke.
Don't Frankenstein me.
Was Achilles the ankle or the person? I'm
dear
sorry, I
Lord.
was my mind apparently. But what is that anything new?
A 20 hits and a 15 just hits.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll your first damage.
oh, and don't forget the lat. Never mind.
Well, go ahead and roll your first damage. Oh, you almost kill him as you like take out his ankle and he's bleeding out and it kind of begins to fall to the ground, but you see just a little bit of life back in him as you pull back with your second attack.
Oh yeah, and second attack, just go in for it. Oh yeah,
Also,
it's all coming
does
together.
Does your form of the beasts not add your rage damage?
Oh.
No, it doesn't. I don't think.
Okay, so your first attack would have killed him. So if you want to direct your 8+2 slashing damage elsewhere.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do it to this one here, and basically just like go slash him, jump off the body and into the other one.
Mm-hmm.
You do need to make a
wild.
con saving throw because you're in my moonbeam right now.
I didn't know that was on there.
Yep.
Yeah, I put it on there. Sorry, whoops. Let me
I
put it.
don't see the visual. That's why I'm like, wait, what?
Nope.
No, that's not where I put it. I put it like. Where did I decide? There we go. That's where I was deciding. All right.
If you would like to not go in the moonbeam and run around Harshnag, I would allow that because you did not know it was there.
Okay, then I will do that in every way just to be safe. Being safe is cool, kids.
You're a raging maniac right now. What do you mean being cool is safe?
Being cool.
You're
is
right.
safe.
I'm gonna pinball from the fallen frost giant off of Harshnag into this guy. There. Okay, I feel a little bit better. All right, and that last attack is a miss. I have no other actions to perform.
Okay, that 10 damage does go to that giant. Cool. To Zyra, what would you like to do?
Alrighty, I am. You know the fun thing that you can do. Oh, actually, let me look at this first. Never. Oh, that's an action. Okay, so I'll just keep it there where it is now. So I'm first going to bonus action healthy dude real quick with my archer. Is it gonna roll? Maybe. 14 to hit?
Just misses.
Ah, beans. Well, I hope he likes a guiding bolt to the face, because that's what he's about to get.
Again, you are trying to... Wait, where'd
Oh,
the...
that's 19 to hit him.
It's a
Oh,
19
sorry.
to hit him?
Yeah.
No, that was just the damage.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh, that's
beautiful
damage.
We'll
Why
take,
isn't
we'll
it-
take
that
the
was a
19 damage, but just roll to hit.
Yeah, why isn't it rolling to hit? What the heck? One moment.
It hates you.
It hates me. There we go. Is it gonna... There we go. Okay, 21 to hit.
I will take the better damage because I'm a benevolent DM.
Thank you, benevolent DM.
You're very welcome. Never say I don't do anything nice for you. So what happens is, as you're casting the starry form of the archer, much like Ravasi, Harshnag he's not learned how you've been fighting yet, and so you pull back a little bit to try not to hit the other giant who's wrestling with the other giant. But then you see him kind of note, and he goes down a little bit more as the guiding bolt hits him. Okay, and he is now alight, and the next turn against him has advantage.
Yippee! And that is my turn.
Okay. Ravasi, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I am going to actually snap my fingers and cast Toll the Dead on this guy.
Okay. That does not have advantage. That is a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, DM.
That is an 18.
And it is missing its hit points, right?
Yes, but I just rolled an 18. I rolled real well.
Well, no, you're gonna be silvery bar.
Wow, okay. I mark that off then, and I will re-roll. That is a 15. Just missed.
That fails.
14 HP.
14. Yep. And I'm gonna give that advantage to, you know what? I'll give it to our buddy, our pal, our friend.
Okay. Harshnag does already have advantage, so maybe don't give it to him because he's about to go and smack this guy with advantage.
I'll give it to to Zyra. Are you within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, I think I am.
Well, these guys are just barely within. Yeah, we're fine. Ignore the circle, guys. It's fine.
Okay. You watch. Is there anything else you want to do? Sorry.
No, that'll be all.
Harshnag continues to taunt him. The small folk take you down. I bet you didn't even speak to the Oracle. Your mission is worthless. And he just kind of locks axes with him and grapples him. So he does not attack this round, as this guy is looking really, really low. And he grins down at you, Komori. Okay. Nyx, what would you like to do?
Nyx will just Eldritch Blast. This one is the one that's got advantage on it?
Yes.
I'll just keep Eldritch Blasting the other one and risking losing the spell.
Okie dokie.
22 and a
Hits.
crit.
Nice. Okay.
And then an extra roll that you can ignore.
I will ignore.
12 plus 9. That's sad. Okay, 21.
Okay, and I roll 2 intelligence saving throws. Come on, 17. I fail. Okay, as 2 Eldritch Blasts kind of go through this grapple, flying straight through it and hit the guy ablaze with Nyx's fire. It is their turn. This guy is going to... He can't move, but he growls. I'm gonna roll just like a check. If he rolls a 10 or a higher, he will be smart. He does not. He is enraged. He's going to attack Harshnag. And both hit. Oh no, just one hits because Harshnag's AC is so high, and I rolled a 19 again. For another 21 slashing damage. The one in the back is going to maybe kill his buddy. Is going to definitely kill his buddy.
I will drop the spell to inflict mental damage as his axe comes down.
Oh, wait, what? So he does kill his buddy or no?
Yeah, but I drop my concentration so he can see what he's doing.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes it's about sending a message.
As he
This
sees
is the second time she's done this.
I know. It's really dark, but it's kind of funny. As he sees with his first swing that he destroys his buddy, he yells out, "No!" And it, like, essentially goes into a bigger rage. And, let me just roll something quick. Yeah. He is going to charge forward, and use his next attack on Harshnag because Harshnag's the biggest thing.
Con save, please.
What?
Con save, please.
Oh, okay. 23.
Gotcha. So he will take half of... Is that gonna roll? It's not rolling. There we go. Half of 18.
Nice. 9 radiant damage as he rushes forward and cleaves his axe with his second attack into Harshnag. It looks like he is locked eyes with Nyx and is coming for Nyx next. Okay, Komori, what would you like to do?
Ooh. Well, when in doubt, same thing tends to work.
When in doubt, rage it out.
Yeah, pretty much. First one. With the second one, please. I'm basically giving them back scratches at this point.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, you got one.
You did get one.
Yeah, it was an accidental nick on that one.
I thought you got 3.
You're scratching at him, and you're not used to the way that their armor is. It's a little patchwork, and it's not like quite the same from giant to giant. And so you were going based off of the ankles you were slashing earlier.
Yeah,
and
so 9 slashing damage here.
Beautiful. Okay. To Zyra.
Alrighty, I am going to bonus action. I'm actually gonna have to. No, I can still get to him. I just need to shift up and closer a little bit. I'm not so scared now. I'm gonna bonus action archer this bitch. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. That doesn't hit him.
Nope.
And then I am going to. Let's see. Yeah, I got enough. I got one for free. I got enough slots for this. I'll hit him with another guiding bolt. Hopefully.
Okay.
16.
You do indeed hit. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage. As a burst of radiant energy comes around this guy as he begins to look like he's struggling to keep himself together. He definitely looks very bloodied.
Beautiful. That is my turn.
Okay, Ravasi.
Um.
The next hit does have advantage. Oh!
Okay.
Komori, you didn't use your advantage against this guy. So roll me one more attack.
Oh.
Your first, the 13 and the 10 would have been an advantage.
Oh. Well, dang, I did not even realize that. I completely forgot.
Me too.
Ooh.
It's because it was almost a full round because Harshnag intentionally did not attack. Okay, 5 more damage. He is still looking bloodied.
Yup.
Okay, Ravasi, you also have advantage if you would like it.
What do I get? How am I getting advantage?
Guiding
from
bolt.
Guiding Bolt.
Ah, yes. I was gonna vicious mockery and mock him for killing his friend, but let's take advantage.
Or you could do that and give advantage to Harshnag or Komori.
This is true, and also he'd have disadvantage. Yeah. Ravasi is gonna, again, that horrible raspy voice is just gonna say, you killed your friend, and you're even being pathetic about it too.
For the sake of things, I'm giving him disadvantage on this wisdom save. So he fails with the 13 and takes that 6 psychic damage as blood begins pouring out of his nose.
He does get disadvantage on this next attack roll.
Correct. Harshnag is going to grapple
Kill
this
him.
one again. Let's just check this.
Kill him.
And Harshnag, definitely wins as he gets him in a headlock and turns him around and kind of shows him to the people that he is fighting and just says, "These killed your friends, your tribe. Your ordning is wrong." Next, it is your turn. He is grappled. He can no longer run at you.
Yeah, I'll scream, "Yeah, you should kill yourself," and run up and hit him twice.
Advantage.
Okay, 24 with advantage.
Yup.
And 23. Did I have advantage on both?
No, just the first one.
Okay, then 16.
Still hits. Both still hit.
8 damage. And 14 damage. 22 damage.
Okay, how do you want to kill this giant?
I will tell him to kill himself and then run up and disembowel him. And then I will just look at him and, oops, I didn't mean to do that.
And with that, The battle is over as a calm settles over the clearing, and Harshnag begins to chuckle. He looks rather bloodied. Not like super bloodied, but like he's got a good bit of blood on him as he's laughing at all of you and claps a hand on your back, Komori. Good job.
Thanks, I was feeling off there. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to all that armor.
Frost giants tend to wear a bit more armor than some of the others you may have fought. Hill giants are the dumbest. However, I will say, some of the armor of the fire giants is rough.
I suppose that's fair.
You all fight very bravely.
I'm gonna look from where I've been hiding this entire time and just kind of like nod, like, yeah, sure.
Thank you. And I'm going to pat him on probably like his ankle and just put a cure wounds into him.
He leans down and like with one finger, oh, I almost minused. Oops. Nope. With one finger kind of like pats the top of your head. Thank you. There's no shame in staying in the back if that is where your powers are. Especially when fighting giants. One swing, they could take you out.
Yeah.
Well, and he gestures to the giants. There are spoils.
Yeah.
I
I
forgot about
start
that.
digging through pockets.
Yep, I'll start digging through as well.
Okay, you look through their pockets and go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Gotcha.
One
I will
person, or you could, people can roll separately or you can advantage it.
So that's a 17 total so far.
I'm not good at investigation, but, you know, we'll give it a whirl.
I got a 13.
No, I found a rock.
What do you got there? A rock!
No!
She's just like trying to pull off the plate armor. Check it out more.
Yeah, you look at it, it looks like a kind of half-plate breast piece that is very pieced together and kind of shitty. It's very large. I'm dropping your gold and silver and copper, because there was gold and silver and copper in the loot channel. In terms of items that you find a giant iron cooking pot that is literally giant-sized, 5 white dragon scales, which you don't know are if they are like worth anything, and then somebody else roll me a D100.
I got it. 63.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, it did not bring me to the thing. A wooden door with twisted iron hinges. Like, literally just a wooden door in his bag.
What the fuck? Strapped to his fucking back, just a door? Does it have his name carved into it or some shit?
Nope, just a door.
Who wants to go sledding?
I mean, it could be a slider theoretically. I mean, listen, if we got like a universal glue or something, imagine putting that and the universal glue together when you need to just barricade some enemies. It would work perfectly.
I'm just staring at you.
You really want
I'm
this
down.
to.
I don't think I've ever been sledding now I think about it.
Neither have I.
I will warn you, if you go sledding down the valley, you will end up sledding all the way back down 4 hours and going off the cliff. So if you would like to, I will stand here and block it and catch you.
Vance really goes, look, I think this is a stupid ass decision, but I won't stop your fun.
We love to see it.
We stand a grumpy dad.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're taking a quick 20-minute detour to go sledding.
I will say that this can act as a short rest.
Perfect.
Take it!
You guys take a short rest. We have a sledding montage of you running up and down the cliffside, and Harshnag like kind of catching you off the sled. Who all goes sledding just for the mental images?
I am forcing
I'm going.
everyone.
I certainly will not join.
You don't get a choice.
How do you
I think
force
I do.
Nyx?
Do I need to do the tongue thing again?
What the fuck was that?
And then I'm gonna push you onto the sled while you're distracted.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
I will get
Oh, man, because it makes sense.
Argue acrobatics? Do you have, like,
no, you
tripping her
cannot.
onto it?
Why
not?
That's still athletics.
Fine.
You have guidance.
Oh, hell yeah. 13.
Next, go ahead and roll acrobatics or athletics to oppose the trip.
That's unfortunate.
You fall backwards onto the sled and go sledding down the hill, and Harshnag's laughing and catches you at the bottom.
Yeah, Nyx will fall on her back and cross her arms and lay on her back unamused the whole time.
Just fucking deadpanned.
Laying in the snow. Love that. I love the imagery. You take a bit to romp. After sledding for a good 20 minutes, you all join Nyx in laying in the snow for a bit, resting, wrapping up your wounds. You can complete a short rest if you would like. I'm going to roll a couple d12s for Harshnag as well. Okay. So if anybody wants to roll any of those, you can, as well as gain your abilities back on a short rest. I
Did
do-
not get him.
I do also need to know who is making snow angels. This is very important information.
Oh, absolutely, Tazira.
Ravasi's gonna watch Tazira do it and then just kind of slowly copy her.
Komori just keeps making circles.
How does Komori make a circle?
She's too big.
She's got a tail!
She does it too well. But it's like she only does one, and then remembering since she's sort of has the whole fish thing going on, it's just like, no, not good for body. No.
Oh, buddy.
And all you see is just a giant circle. But it's a near perfect circle, to be fair.
Beautiful. Okay, so you guys finish your short rest and your snow shenanigans. You gather all of your stuff and you continue on for the day. It takes a bit. You walk for a good another probably 6 to 8-ish hours as the sun begins to set. And you come into it widens out a little bit, and there is an ice kind of little baby pond, and it looks like the ice kind of goes up a tiny bit into the cliff. And Harshnag kind of points to it. Rest here for the evening.
Looks like a good place.
Yeah, I'd say it works pretty well.
Okay. You begin to set up your camp, settling in for the evening. You make, once again, like the best thing to make in this weather is a warm stew. You use not the second giant cooking pot. Harshnag refuses to use it because he doesn't know if it's been washed properly. And so he uses his cooking pot, and you continue to rest for the evening. Is there anything that you wish to do or chat about that during the night?
I'm Gucci.
I'm doing okay.
Okay. Harshnag does negotiate a watch system this evening because he is a little bit more nervous about trying to keep watch by himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I figured we were doing a watch system anyway.
The previous night he had offered to watch the whole night.
Ah, yes.
So with that, you settle in for your watches. Can somebody roll me a D20, please?
Perchance. 4.
Okay, what is the order of watches?
Well,
I'll take
Boston?
first.
I was gonna say Boston can do dead of night because he only has to sleep trance 4 hours.
Me too.
I can do the last one.
Okay. Harshnag will offer to watch with you, Tazira, so that he can start preparing breakfast. So, Komori, you are by yourself with any of the familiars that join you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Since we are in a dangerous area, I very rarely do this, but go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Everybody at once, or
Okay. So, with an 11, as you are taking your watch, Mippet kind of falls asleep around your shoulders and is not doing a great job of helping you, and you're getting really cozy. And suddenly, over your shoulder, you hear a noise. And as that noise happens, you turn, and you're, like, kind of still groggy as you are surprised in the middle of your watch. And with that, I'm going to drop you on a new map.
What?
And
Oh.
you are set up kind of in the camp. Oh no, why is it all zoomed out for me? Come on, please.
Oh, it's so
Please.
frozen for me.
Yeah, it just froze for me too.
Oh, refresh.
Oh, I see it. Harshnag's just got to get big again.
Is he small?
Oh, wait, he is. I just zoomed. No, never mind.
No, it's
I
just a big
zoomed up
map.
enough.
I'm just giving Roll20 the time it doesn't deserve.
Like you do.
I'm just going to bop these to the right layer. It's fine.
The fuck are those? Also, are these like little tents?
Yes, those are your tents.
Okay. I am sleeping in one of those.
Okay. For the sake of this, I would like everybody to roll initiative. It will take a successful perception check with the DC dropping every round for you to wake up. And those perception checks will be at disadvantage as you are sleeping. Yes.
Okay. Actually, finish. I do have one question I want to make. But
Correct. Oh, okay. What is the question you would like to make?
Because I know we're getting surprised.
Correct.
Feral Instinct says, if you're surprised at the beginning of combat but not incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn if you enter a rage before doing anything else.
Wow. Okay.
So
you can act on your first turn, which, did you roll initiative?
no, I did not yet.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative first. He was so excited.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask if I could do a little bit of a thing, you know.
No, okay, you could do a little bit of a thing.
Okay, how's that? No, it's not terrible.
That better than everyone else.
That is, and
Oh.
it is better you did win initiative ties with the Craig Cats, considering you cannot be surprised. So what happens is you get this prickle, and your natural instincts just suddenly stand up, and instinctually, I assume you enter your rage as you turn and see this white-furred cat-like beast jumping at you. And as you kind of look around, you see that there's a couple more that have moved in and are pouncing on your camp. What would you like to do?
I mean, like, so I'm already technically enraged if we have that understood correctly.
Correct, because you have to in order to act here.
I am going to shout, "We've got incoming!"
Okay. I will say for the sake of this, everybody go ahead and just roll me a straight perception check and we'll see if you wake up. You need to beat I'm gonna say a 13. Okay.
Take it.
Ravasi just snores and turns over and flings an arm on Nyx.
Aw, they're snuggling. Let me see.
I presume Nyx, in her trance, just pushes the arm straight up and flops it over.
Okay, so you shout that out. You're not sure who's waking up, but I will allow you to shout that out. You wake up Mippet, who takes off your shoulders and looks like she's going into the tent. What would you like to do? You still have your action and stuff.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna move to this one here.
Okay.
And then it is 40 feet from where I'm at.
You do
Just
have a climb speed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you are not...
I got a climb speed, I got a swim speed, you name it.
You are not impeded by the fact that there is a little bit of climbing that needs to happen there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm trying to show this thing who's boss.
Okay, go for it.
And with my rage, in this case, just to really hammer it on home, we're gonna do we're gonna do the jaws. We're gonna do the bite.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so first one. Ooh.
19 definitely hits.
Yay! Second one, just to get it in.
25 definitely hits.
I was waiting for you to be like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, this is a reverse being.
Anyway, and so that's 8 piercing and 7 piercing for
that's
15
right.
total.
So another 4. Okay. As you slash into this creature, surprising it before it surprises you, up to face with it, you see that it is indeed, like, it looks like a natural cat-like creature who probably preys along these mountains. As it snarls in your face. Mm-hmm. Okay, Ravasi, you are sleeping, but on your turn, you can make a perception check at disadvantage. Right now, you just need to be at 13.
Huh, no. His trance is... He's really fucking tired.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, it is their surprise round. So... this one can't pounce, so it's going to bite at you. That is a 18 to hit you for 10 rounded down to 5.
Yup.
This one is going to jump down onto the tent. To Zyra, that is... let's do this a little bit differently. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Absolutely.
And you are awake and perfect. That makes sense. You can't quite dodge out of the way as like the top of the tent begins to crack and you hear the pole snap as claws begin to rip open the tent. That is a 14 to hit you.
I'm gonna shield that.
Okay. It misses as you catch it on your shield and you're like kind of almost prone beneath this guy.
Yeah, Tazira absolutely lets out a very startled scream.
Okay, Mipit is like grabbing on to your scarf and tugging you with her head. This one is going to dash to here. They're circling. And this one is going to help out its buddy and come here, and it will pounce on you. So that is a 21 to hit you, Komori.
Yup, that's a hit.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength saving throw. And take 8 rounded down to 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
You just... Oh, you get advantage. You're raging.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Okay. And
thank you.
as it pounces on you and claws into your shoulder, you just punch it off, backhand it off, and you hear it yip as it lands over to the side a bit. That is their turn. Tazira, you are kind of half in the tent. This thing's half in the tent.
Tazira is absolutely fucking terrified.
Okay.
Good. It's a good thing that she went to the restroom before she went to sleep. I'm going
no.
to bonus action, starry form.
Uh-huh.
I will take form of the archer, and this will be at disadvantage on the one that's above me right now. So let me shoot at it. 12 to hit it?
12 just misses as the bolt goes wild and kind of shoots up straight into the sky. And Komori, you see just like a bolt of magic.
And in my mind, Komori's voice is very, very sharp, and I am going to take a page out of her book and bite this crag cat.
I'm sorry, what? Is that
love
legal?
that. Yes. As you hear Komori and just instinct takes over, and you sink your teeth and you feel them elongate as acid pumps into this creature and it yips.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
That is my turn. Actually, I will open my mouth again and just yell at Mipit, "Go wake the others up, Mipit! I'm awake."
Okay, Mipit takes off. I will say Mipit can use her action on your turn because she functions on your turn. And she goes into the kind of the other area. She sees Harshnag is awake and beginning to rise. And she immediately flies at... who would you think Mipit thinks is more competent?
We know the answer to this question.
Yeah, okay. She flies to...
Right.
She
Next.
flies to Nyx and she begins to like bap Nyx's face. So I feel like Nyx would just wake up. So Nyx, you are now awakened to Mipit bapping at your face as you lay and you hear chaos happening around you.
I understand what Mipit is, right?
Yeah, you know that Mipit is Tazira's familiar.
I will kill Mipit.
What?
Oh.
It's a bad bird.
Bird cat. Okay, you swing at Mipit from prone. Go ahead and just roll to hit. You're at disadvantage just to see. I think you only have to beat like a 12.
I don't.
Okay, Mipit flies away and screeches out in anger and then like flies away in circles. So that is one of your attacks though. But
Stupid bird.
You should have woken me up. Also, Mipit's a fucking Trestle, technically more cat.
it's okay.
Being in Rivasi's clutches, I will use my second attack to hit him because that's not okay.
Sounds good.
I have like a singular arm like half over you.
One damage.
One bludgeoning damage. You are now for sure awake as you get punched in the nose.
Ah! What the hell, Nick?
Why are you holding me?
I don't have control over myself when I'm in trance.
Never trance that close to me again.
You're the me.
Wait, do you hear that?
No, hear what?
I don't know, it's like 4 wildebeest fighting our friends or something.
Harshnag
Wow.
just says from outside, rise.
Fuck.
Nyx will exit for the rest of her turn.
Okay. That was the best turn ever. Okay. With that, Harshnag stands up from his kind of sleep. Yeah, I think he's gonna go over here and understanding what's happening is going to just reach out and grapple the crag cat with his first attack. Let me just check to see if the crag cat can get away from him. The crag cat does manage to evade. He's just a little too stuck. But he will try one more time. I rolled really bad, sorry. I rolled so badly against myself. Okay, this time he does manage to get him and pull him up. He doesn't have the ability to throw him, but he is holding this dangling crag cat, and you are now free.
Thank you, Harshnag.
Okay. What would you like to do, Komori?
Oh boy. Well, we're in some of that sticky wickets again. I'm just gonna keep chowing down on the one I had already taken a bite out of.
Chowing down.
How else to put it?
It's a tasty midnight snack.
You're
Okay, apparently I'm gumming it.
you're like wrestling with this creature, and it's hard to find purchase. And he's a lot of fur, so you just keep getting mouths of fur.
Just
I'm
keep
sorry.
spitting it over and
You
over.
keep rolling like 4s.
You've rolled so many 4s tonight, Kenny.
I know. Like I think tonight. Look, I understand. Tonight might not be my night, and that's okay.
That's fair.
To you today.
No, I didn't even. That's the funnier part.
Okay, Ravasi, what would
Anyway,
you like to
that's it
do?
for
I'm gonna stumble out of the tent.
You're standing from prone, so you only have 15 feet.
Yep, 5, 10. I only need 10 to get here. Ugh. Fuck. And, yeah. He'll do a Scorching Ray. First one on this guy.
Hits. You'll light him on fire. Well, not
a ton of
literally,
damage. I'll send my second one towards him. Does an 11 hit DM? Of course I roll for max damage on that one.
I know. That misses.
That just hurts. That hurts. Why you gotta do that to me, game? Third one on him as well.
26 hits.
Yeah, shit. 5 damage. Woo! And I get a fourth one.
Okay, 20 definitely
20.
hits.
4, 7 fire damage.
Beautiful. As a couple rays of fire just go at him. Okay. It is their turn. You just lit him on fire. He is going to run and pounce on you. That is a 13 to hit.
Misses. I was gonna ask if my mage armor's up, but that'd miss regardless.
I would say, I said that you've traveled for about another 6 hours, and this is probably a good couple hours into the watch, so probably not.
Okay.
Okay, well, it misses anyway, and now there's just a snarling cat in front of you. This one is on top of Harshnag and is going to lash at Harshnag with a bite that does not, he's like gumming his greave. These two are going to bite at you. Komori. That is 2 15s to hit.
Those are both misses.
Okay. Yeah, you're just catching their mouths and like holding them open. They kind of have like the really long saber-toothed tiger teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tazira, you are prone, but you are free.
Gotcha. I am going to spend 15 feet of movement to get up. Harshnag is holding this thing away from me, right?
He would not have an attack of opportunity. You can get out of there.
Beautiful. I am going to stumble back, because fuck that. No thank you. Over to here, and then I am going to hit this thing with a Radiant Bolt, and then a cantrip. So let's see. 15 to hit it for 10 Radiant.
Perfect. Nice.
And then I am going to produce... I'm going to produce flame on it. With the... Because fuck you in particular. 25 to hit.
Nice. As more fire begins to sling through as this creature yelps out, not looking so good as it's in Harshnag's hands.
Beautiful. Alrighty, that is my turn.
Okay, Nyx, what would you like to do?
I will perform my bodyguard duties and attack this one. 18.
18 definitely hits.
16 damage.
Okay, you have performed your bodyguard duties. This creature's looking
I had
on
one more
his
attack.
last leg as you swing into him, also hitting
11 more.
and destroying him. Who had 2 HP.
Thank you. He's
You're
kind of
welcome.
like half like sprawled back down, trying to avoid the claws, and is just like, why do we keep getting jumped?
Because we let Komori do guard duty.
Damn.
I will
Can't
scamper
hear
off.
that. I can't say anything.
Gonna kill you for that.
Okay. It is now Harshnag's turn, and he is holding this creature, and he's going to fucking shock the creature. Somebody roll me a D100. Whoever gets to it first.
Hey!
You should be so glad that Tazira got to it first.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I honestly, yeah.
He chucks the creature and it goes flying over here. It does take, we'll call it 40, so 4d6 of fall damage. As
Yeah, just for my curiosity, what would the 9 have done?
you don't know. Maybe I'll tell you later.
Okay.
You sound so scared.
I am.
But he will go move forward and kind of put himself in between you and the creature. Okay, Komori.
It's so weird. I feel like I literally just went. Anyway, yeah, you know what? Since the first one didn't work, we're gonna go try biting this one here.
Okay, bite away.
It's about sending a message. What's happening? Okay.
I
don't know.
Okay, that hits. Their AC is like only 13, so you just need to roll like a 7 or higher. Okay.
All right, 6 points of piercing.
Beautiful as you bite the fresh one.
Yeah.
Okay. Ravasi, what would you like to do?
Fucking. Yeah, Eldritch Blast, probably.
Ooh.
Oh, how's a crit?
Which one are you Eldritch blasting?
This guy. Actually, no. I'm gonna help Komori over here. This guy.
Okay, beautiful. As a Eldritch Blast is perfectly placed right in its mouth as it's opening to bite.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. That was so sad.
Oh.
Okay,
So sad.
go ahead and roll your second one.
Okay, I'm gonna aim for the same guy. An 11 misses.
An 11 does indeed miss.
I'm gonna see what I would have. I rolled more than my crit.
Go ahead and roll me a luck check, Ravasi.
Why do you? 100?
Yep, D100.
33.
Okay, as your bolt goes wide, it fires into the ice, and you begin to see cracks forming up the ice.
That's not good.
Nope, that's not good at all. It makes you very concerned, and Harshnag's head whips around.
I'm just gonna yell, "Don't aim for the ice!"
Okay.
And make like a concerned face.
Okay, it is the Craig Cats. This one is going to back up and then run and jump on Harshnag with a claw that misses, and Harshnag once again just picks it up and it yelps as he's holding him by the neck. Komori, these two are going to continue to attack you. More bites. That's a 17 to hit.
Spicy, exactly.
Okay, so 13
You're fine.
halved to 6 piercing, and then the 20 also hits, which is 7 halved to 3 piercing.
Got it.
Okay. Zyra, what would you like to do?
Alrighty, I am going to. You know what? I think Harshnag can hold his own. I'm a little concerned about the Komori, so I am going to do the one closest to me near Komori, and do first a archer. Alrighty, and then secondly, I am going to do a produce flame at it.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, actually, this is funny. Roll me an acrobatics check.
Yeah. Okay. I'm about to go sit over Ice
That's
Peddler.
exactly what happens. You take a step onto what you thought was just snow, and it ends up being like an icy patch, and you slip and fall on your butt as both the things go wide, and you begin to see more cracks forming, rushing for the ledge over here.
Oh.
Okay. And you are now prone. I'm so sorry. I don't know how much
It's all
movement
good.
you used. You could use your movement to stand, the rest of it to stand up.
I can use the rest of it to stand up, and I will just. Zyra's in like penguin pose with her feet very close together and like diamonded out to hold stability.
Okay, next, what would you like to do?
Nyx will run around and help Komori. And I'll attack this one on the left.
Okay.
24.
24 definitely hits.
Okay. And I will cleave through to hit the other one as well.
Okay.
So 14 to the first and 4 to the second.
Okay, nice.
And then I'll attack the one on the left again. 26.
Do you have to roll to hit the second, or does it just auto-cleave? I don't remember my rules.
I do have to roll it. You're right. 19 to hit for that.
Okay, that definitely hits. So 4 damage to the second, and then which one are you rolling the 26 at?
The same one.
Okay.
The one on the
You
left.
definitely kill it as it falls to the ground, kind of half on top of Komori, and it begins to tumble down the cliff a little bit.
Very cool. That is all.
Okay. Harshnag is going to... He looks at you desperately, Zyra. He looks at the cracks forming, and he is going to chuck this creature, and it's going to essentially auto-die because it's at 2 HP as he chucks it, and then he rushes forward, does not step on the ice, and just reaches out and grabs you and pulls you over to here.
Phew.
And he kind of yells out, "That doesn't look good." Okay, Komori, what are you doing?
You know, as much as I'm ready to be like, oh, I want to finish this one off before I do anything else. That's my first concern here. I'm in the heat of the moment. Oh, I finally got there. Would you look at that?
Okay, 24 definitely hits, and the 17 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
So that's 15 damage total.
Yeah, you kill it. And you know what? This is fitting. This was actually supposed to happen at the top of the round, but I let the top of the round get past me. As you bite into this creature and kill it, you begin to feel the whole ground shake as the crack goes up further, the ice, and the snow begins to pour down. An avalanche has been caused. So, what is going to happen? We are going to stay in initiative order. We are essentially off the map as snow starts to pour at you as fast as it can. We are going to go into a skill check round. So the way this is going to work is in initiative order. Sorry, Komori, your last... We're going to start with Ravasi because your initiative was finished killing that guy. You are allowed to try to contribute something to assist the group in evading the avalanche. When you have successfully done 6 successful checks together, then you succeed and you manage to get out of the path of the avalanche. When you have done 2 failures, one player, not as a group. So it's as a group, 6 successes. As a player, 2 failures, you become buried in the avalanche. And there is a way to pull you out, but... So, with that being said, you can choose to, use some sort of survival, acrobatics, or athletics to evade. You could use a perception to assist another player, but you don't get to roll a success yourself. And then if you have any other, magic-y things that you want to do, that could contribute to success. Okay. Ravasi, what would you like to do?
I would be allowed to use magic, right? Sorry,
Oh, totally.
I was distracted for a moment.
No, you're good.
Is Tazira within 30 feet of me?
Tazira is.
I'm gonna cast Misty Step.
Okay.
So I can reach her. And then if I need to use an action to activate the broom.
Ooh, okay. So
broom saves us again.
So what happens is you see that Tazira has been pulled off the ice by Harshnag, and Harshnag had pulled around and put his back to what he assumed was going to be a start of an avalanche to protect Tazira. You Misty step to her, and absolutely, I will allow you to just pull out the broom. You know where it is in her bag. I assume she has it strapped to her person because I don't think she has a bag of holding. I think Komori's holding, or
Yep.
you. I don't remember. Yeah, and you've heard her activate it so many times, and you managed to activate it, and she's on the back of it. So you have swept both you and Tazira up on the broom, so you are both out of the, out of it. However, now you cannot contribute to a primary success rate. So with that being said, you can use, both you and Tazira can use your actions to assist by providing advantage to the other people.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I'm going to move you two just kind of over to the side to show that you can assist. Okay. Nice. That being said, Tazira, would you like to use your action to assist?
Yes, I would. I guess I will do perception basically to tell Komori/Nyx where is a safe path to go or what's the shortest route out of the way.
Okay, I will let you pick one person to give advantage.
Komori has rage. I'm gonna say Nyx.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Gotcha.
Okay.
18.
An 18 definitely makes it. So, Nyx, you have advantage on your next roll. Okay. So, it is now your turn, Nyx. You can use acrobatics, athletics, or survival to try to get a success. Or you could use a different ability.
Sure. I will attempt to acrobatics myself to safety.
Okay, you have advantage.
14.
A 14 just succeeds as the avalanche is just starting to pick up. So this is going to get more difficult as we go. And with that being said, that is 1 success. We need 5 more. Okay. Harshnag is going to... Harshnag is going to athletics himself. With a 28, he is fine, and I'm going to say he can manage to get to Nyx and kind of like help her a little bit, so you have advantage on the next one as well, Nyx. Just because he is a huge creature. So that is another success.
Like, he's starting to like pull her up onto his shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Komori, what would you like to do? You're muted, honey.
I just realized that halfway. Please forgive me. Anyway, I mean, I'm wondering if I'm able to just sort of scramble my way along like a decent looking path at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not much, but it's an honest living.
So the way that this works is if you would like to make a primary roll to try to get a success, it needs to be athletics, acrobatics, or survival. Otherwise, you can make a secondary roll to assist. So, for example, Tazira and Ravasi are safe. They're up above, so they're only assisting. So, if I were you, I would go for one of the primary rolls.
Yeah, because if I remember... if I can do athletics, because that way I do get advantage on that since it is a strength check.
Yes, however, this is your last round in rage because you are not taking damage.
No,
Yeah, that's fair.
Tazira's like, I will hit Komori if I need to.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could if you wanted to. And 18...
that might be method.
18 definitely succeeds, so there's now 3 successes.
Mhm.
Okay. With that being said, Ravasi, it is now your turn. How would you like to assist your party?
Can I? I'm trying to decide if it would be better for me to, like, give advantage or, like, give a bardic.
You could do both. Bardic
do both?
Bardic
Okay.
is bonus, and I'll say
In my brain, it was just, like, one thing.
you have 60 feet of movement. I'll absolutely allow that.
Okay. Well then I want to... I think I want to... Sorry, I'm just processing.
Nope, you're good.
Because I'm sure. Yeah, so, I'm trying to, like, find, because I'm assuming, like, Tazira's kind of pointed out, like, where a decent, like, spot is where, like, people could hunker down that's more stable than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And would I be able to essentially perform? My goal is to perform a ditty that's like, hey, go that way.
Sure, I'll let you do that for your bardic inspiration. Who would you like to inspire?
Cool. I would like to inspire our good if our good Goliath friend gets inspired, could he carry Nyx?
If he rolls high enough.
Well, then I'm going to inspire Nyx.
Okay, sounds
Not
good.
Nyx. I'm gonna, because if he does good, then I will do that.
Okay. So you inspire Harshnag as your bonus action. Would you like to use your
Yeah.
action to give him advantage as well?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception or what did I say? Perception or investigation.
I'm slightly better than this.
Okay, that does make it this round. So you do give him advantage and a bardic inspiration, and so on his turn, he can manage to assist Nyx and essentially pull her out fully so that Nyx doesn't have to continue to make saves.
Perfect.
Okay, to Zyra.
Alrighty, I am. Let's see. Let me see something. Yeah, we have just enough movement on the broom. I'm gonna broom us over, tap Harshnag on top of his little head, give him guidance, and then I'm gonna yell out, oh wait, would I be able to give him guidance and help them with perception or no?
Unfortunately, no, because guidance is an action.
Yeah. Never mind, I will take back the guidance, because the advantage is much more useful. And then,
But
so, actually, you know what? Can I chill touch Komori for 1 damage?
aren't you still in your starry form?
Oh yeah, I am.
Use your bonus action to hit her.
Yeah, can I bonus action hit her for 1 damage?
You can certainly try.
Komori, just take this.
I will let you pull your punch if you would like.
Oh, absolutely. I
But
will pull my punch.
if you're pulling your punch, I'm gonna make you roll to hit. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Does a 15 hit you, Komori?
No.
Mori.
Oh no. I don't know if Komori heard you, and so as you're like trying to pull your punch so as to not hurt her, Komori manages to dodge out of the way before like recognizing what you're trying to do.
I will give a little sigh and then just yell at her a safe path.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check. Yep, that succeeds. So Komori, you have advantage even though you are not raging.
Wait, question. This
Answer.
might just be Sly being a little silly. Does Komori have to take damage in order to keep it up?
Correct, or do damage.
Okay.
So
Okay, because in my brain it's like attack or be attacked, not necessarily actually get hit.
No, it's damage. It's a damage base.
That checks out. That makes sense. I was just confused for a second.
Or I think it's you take damage or you have to attack.
Mhm.
Okay. Nyx, Harshnag is making his way to like put you in a safe space, but you still have a 1 round. So go ahead and roll me athletics or acrobatics or survival, or you can choose to not and assist somebody else. But you're just 1 less away from the successes.
Truly feels like everybody has advantage right now.
Okay.
Do I have advantage right now?
I
do.
think you do, yeah.
Cool. I will just flip my way out of there. Easy peasy.
Yep, you do. Easy peasy. You flip your way out of there. The 22. Okay, and then Harshnag next. What's your bardic?
D6.
Okay, he might make this. Okay. With a 27 athletics check, which is 10 over what a little bit more than 10 actually. The DC was a 16 this
Boy.
round. He manages to get Nyx to safety. So you are at 5 successes. Nyx, you are no longer having to make any athletics, acrobatics checks. You can now assist. And he is kind of going back essentially for Komori. Okay, Komori, it is your turn.
All right, let's do it to it. 1 last athletic shove.
And you do have advantage from Tazira.
Oh.
And with that, you don't actually need Harshnag's help. He kind of like comes back for you, and you're already there. And you grab his hand as he shoves you up on top of a cliff, and manages to pull his own way up there. And with that, you watch as the avalanche continues on down the valley. And he kind of like turns to all of you and just goes, well, that's gonna be rough to get out of here with.
Yeah.
And I think with that, at the end of our little avalanche, we will take a quick break. So if you are hanging out with us, we will be back in about 5-ish minutes. We're gonna go take a potty break, and we will see you all in just a moment. And we are back. Welcome on back, everybody, as we have just evaded our avalanche. For the sake of things, you managed to find a better place to... Harshnag pulls your tents out and kind of patch repairs the one that got destroyed. And you find a better place to settle down for the rest of your long rest. But you do sleep in a little bit just to get it, but you have taken a long rest. And then you sleep the night through and wake up as you travel throughout the day, fortunately to not much pressure. So you manage to make it through the whole day, just combating the cold. And with that, you arrive as the sun is beginning to set. You feel the feeling of an eternal evening as it takes a long plunge over the horizon. Tall, snow-covered peaks surround you, and your breath is visible, and it feels impossible to get warm, even as prepared as you were. Before you is the end of the Valley of Kadrun. There's a giant-sized stone staircase that climbs up further into the mountains. Snow and ice cover it. Their height of each step is taller than Kamori. The air is harsh up here, and it's difficult to catch your breath even for the more athletic. Harshnag assists those who do not use the broom and ferries you up the steps on his shoulders. You watch the stunning landscape as it is plunged into twilight, the mountains behind you, and the view into the plains of Vitherfold. Pine trees get smaller and smaller as they continue down the mountain. You've come this far, collected all the giant artifacts, and now seek the information that the giant oracle has to share about the fate of the Ordning, the fate of the rampaging giant kind, and the fate of Ilumelan. Harshnag climbs the last few steps between the naturally formed stone causeway. As you crest, you view the sheer cliffs that plunge hundreds of feet on both sides of the route. He sets you down under the stone dome carved into the top peak of the mountainside. You see 6 30-foot tall pillars that support the dome, and each pillar with a wraparound bas relief. And with that, we are entering our first ever, well, technically our second dungeon. So we are now going to be on maps. This map is huge. I will state, if you look, the map was supposed to be 20-foot cubes. You are welcome. I did not do that to you.
Lord.
And this is, bless you. This is just one map of like 7. I split them up. It was all together. I'll show you the big map at the end. It was great.
My goodness.
So, if you would like to place yourselves.
Maybe I would.
And reminder, it's gonna be in the left area.
Scrolling.
I can never remember our friend's name. He's just giant friend in my brain.
Harshnag. Technically, his name is Harshnag the Grim.
Honestly, pop off, buddy.
Okay, so my dungeon crawler rules. Remember, if it is important to have yourself where you actually are. So if you have not moved in a while, make sure that you're keeping up where you want to in the party. Otherwise, if something happens, you will be left behind and you will have a lot of ground to cover. So just keep that in mind. Continue to move yourselves. I'm going to allow myself a bit of leniency with Harshnag because controlling a NPC when you're trying to control everything else is a little rough. So Harshnag may move just to be closer, but you guys get the sense that he's generally kind of he wants you guys to feel like you're succeeding. And he's there to assist you. He's like, you are the heroes of this story. So, with that being said, you are... Oh, hold on. You are looking at this domed entrance. I will say... since Tzyra has a ridiculous passive perception, you do notice that there is a tracks in the snow. It's about a foot of fresh snow as he kind of like sets you down in it. And you do see that there are tracks in the snow.
Oh, how big?
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Absolutely, I will guidance myself.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's see what that guidance is. 27.
So with that, here's what you see. You see very specifically 8 distinct footprints of humans, so human-sized footprints. And it's hard to tell because they were followed to an extent by a creature, and you've never seen one of these creatures in the snow, but you've seen them. Actually, yeah, you have. You know distinctly what dragon wormling tracks in snow look like because Tobias gets so much snow where he lives. But it seems that there's 8 humans with a dragon wormling.
What? Okay, question mark. Do any of the dragons that I know are supposed to exist, are they wormlings right now?
So here's what you do know. I'm giving you this for free. So you know that there are several dragons that were brought down and who have been growing and who are old enough to have had like babies, natural dragons. You know that Tobias brought specifically some dragons that he was raising with good intent, so not like wild, which were his circle of dragons so that he could study them, and then he had his experiments, right? So you would know that maybe, I think most of the dragons that he has let leave are adult dragons. So I would say you don't personally know any wormlings except for maybe the one that is with Tobias still, which I'm blanking on her name. But you would also know that there are still wormlings in the world. Especially wormlings, because they're really young.
Yeah.
So the chances of you knowing this dragon are very slim.
Gotcha. I will just kind of look up. There were 8 people and a dragon wormling here.
What now?
Baby dragon. Fresh
Yeah, well,
dragon.
no, I'm being incredulous.
I know what dragon prints look like. These are dragon prints.
I'm sure nothing nefarious is going on here.
I mean, theoretically, there could be a couple of...
Damn it. Anyway, you were saying, theoretically.
I mean, theoretically, there could be some wormlings running around from some of the older dragons, but, I mean, granted, I'm not all up in their personal lives, I don't know. But that's still surprising.
It is intriguing as dragons are the natural predators to giants, so odd that there is one here. Not good that there is one here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't imagine a wormling would be able to do much against the Oracle. I haven't seen them, but I'm imagining they have some fighting ability.
Correct.
That's ominous.
Okay.
Is your goal here not to let us die?
Correct. I would like for you not to die. Why?
Don't worry about it. Answers my question.
Were you asking the DM or Harshnag?
Harshnag.
Okay.
That was in character.
Okay. As you get closer to these boss reliefs, it's pretty easy to tell. Tzyra, the one that you're standing next to specifically, you 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice that you see a flying storm giant that is hurling lightning bolts at a ship. And if you would
yeah,
like
brother.
to take some time to kind of walk around and look at the different pillars, I can tell you what's on each of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to copy paste it for you, but I'm going to read it for everybody. You see from top circled down to bottom, a hill giant lifting a rock over its head, a frost giant chopping down a great pine, a cloud giant flying among birds in the sky, a storm giant hurling lightning bolts at a ship, as I said, a stone giant climbing a mountain, and a fire giant with chained dwarven prisoners in a cavern.
Gotcha. Ooh. Oh, I mean, makes sense. Beautiful art.
Okay, do you continue?
Yeah, I'll keep walking forward. Show me this door. If there is a door.
So there is not a door. So as you continue to walk forward, I'm gonna just move Harshnag for the sake of things. He's keeping pace with you. You see a large hallway that heads into the mountain. Wind has blown the snow far into the hallway, and it thins out and disappears after a bit of feet. But you do see that the steps continue into this hallway. With your passive perception score, you will notice that as you are going, which makes me feel better because this silly map that's supposed to be a player map still has it on there. But to Zyra, you notice that there are these stones, like seams in the stone up above that argue a door that would drop down.
Alright, we might have something closed behind us. There's where doors would be, so let's all stay together just in case.
No, you're right here.
Okay.
And actually, do you guys want me to send Mippet before us?
It's up to you, I think.
Alrighty. I will send Mippet forward just to see if there is any, motion activation.
Okay. Mippet flies through just fine. And you have her kind of fly up among the blocks, and you notice that what it is it's a gap and then a hanging block of stone that's likely on a chain. That are huge, would absolutely decimate you if they get dropped on you. But they don't seem to activate or anything, and you begin to hear, Mippet begins to hear, noise from beyond a little bit further.
Gotcha. Alrighty, let's walk. There's something up ahead, though.
Wonderful.
Okay, so as you begin to enter the room here, you see a large hall that continues. I'll reveal a little bit more of it in just a moment. It is dark in here with the exception of you see one pinprick of light a little bit further down, and it flickers, suggesting a torch. And you see that the ceiling in this hall is very high, sloping down about 40 feet as it moves into the area. The ceiling remains very... Okay, hold on. You see that there are ledges, which is the kind of white that goes up, that are about 20 foot high that have no railings or battlements. And so there's a 20-foot gap in between the tan and the lighter tan. You see several niches that are carved in the back of each ledge. And each one holds a very large sconce. So, with that being said, I will reveal a bit more of the map. I'm going to zoom out for the sake of things.
How dark is it again, DM?
It's pretty dark in here, but it does seem that there are some pinpricks of light beyond.
So, like, should I be holding on to Zari because DM I have dark vision?
Sure, unless Tazira is going to light something.
I personally think we shouldn't, because I don't want to alert people that we're here.
Alrighty, as long as you're gonna make sure I don't run into a wall or an enemy.
I am not stealthy. Do you want me to wait around the corner and charge, or just follow behind?
Follow behind? Are you quick when you need to be?
He has 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay. Sounds good. With that, what is the plan? Are you stealthing as you approach? Are you poking around in the niches that do continue a little bit further back? Or are you going to go straight towards the noise?
Oh, I mean, I'll stealth, but also, as we're stealthing, I am absolutely in Ravasi's head telepathically with, like, tell me what everything looks like so I can put it down in my notes later.
Yeah, I'm telling you what everything looks like, so you
Okay.
can write it down in your notes later.
Sounds good. If everybody would roll stealth, please and thank you.
Maybe I will.
Oh,
And I'll
no.
guide-
Wait, why does it say a 9/9? Hold on.
I accidentally did super disadvantage, but it's okay.
It's just an 8. It's okay. Harshnag got a 4.
Harshnag.
So you can blame it. You can blame your failure here on Harshnag. So as you guys begin to walk, you see that at the door, especially you, Nyx, considering your very intense dark vision, you see at the door that there are several barbarians that are kind of banging at it. You do indeed see a dragon wormling. I will just reveal so that everybody can see, but everyone will need to get a bit closer to see this. So I will say that you guys get to kind of move your formation up a bit more in front of Harshnag.
Like here?
Yeah, because you had instructed him to follow behind. But Nyx, you kind of get to see this first before the rest of the people's vision flies in there. But you see that there are 6 barbarians that are trying to break down this giant door, literally. A huge door that has carved of image with gods locked in battles with dragons. You see a barbarian that looks to be dressed a little bit nicer standing next to a dragon wormling, and a shaman over to the side that seems to be kind of keeping an eye out, as well as a barbarian that is further forward kind of keeping an eye out. And as you are looking at this gigantic door, kind of peeking around and seeing this here, you are not looking at your feet. And just as you're, like, tripping a bit on some stone that was laying across the path that you didn't quite see, Nyx, Harshnag behind you steps on something and it makes a loud crack that emanates through the whole room. As these berserkers turn and look at you, and the dragon opens its maw and lets out a little screech. And I think that is where we are going to leave tonight's session.
Ah!
Yeah,
I'm sure the dragon's gonna be friendly.
definitely the dragon is going to be friendly. Totally.
For sure.
100%, guys. I have zero faith.
Oh, no.
So with
Zero
that,
faith or zero doubt?
with that being said, we are going to leave tonight's session. If you're with us on Twitch, stick around for a little bit. If you are with us on YouTube, thank you so much for listening and watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow our socials down in the link below, and we will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye!